Welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for the second game of our triple header for you tonight. We head to Philadelphia for this one. It'll be the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles, an NFC East matchup. Philadelphia, they're still hanging on by a thread at 6-8. If they lose this game, they are out of the playoffs. The Giants at 10-4, they have a 2-game lead on the Cowboys in the NFC East. If the Giants win this game, they win the division. The Giants will wrap up the NFC East with a win here today. And if they don't, that opens the door for Dallas, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The Cowboys play the Vikings later on this week. All right, Evil Dead is now 113-75. Evil Dead is 38 games over 500. He's never gotten this far before. If he gets these next 2 games right, he could be 40 over before the night is over. We'll see what happens. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's head out to Philadelphia for this one. Giants-Eagles here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's the Giants and the Eagles. And welcome in to another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Evil Dead likes the Giants in this one. If the Giants win, they are NFC East champions. If the Eagles lose, they are eliminated from the playoffs. They would still get eliminated anyway if the Vikings were to win, or if the Packers were to win later this week. Philadelphia will get the ball first. We're underway, live from the city of brotherly love. From the 7-yard line on the return for Philadelphia, number 22, Don Reese, out to the 26-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will take over, 1st and 10. Led by their starting quarterback, Caden Powell, in his 6th year out of Kentucky. As we look at the standings in the NFC East at the moment, let me toggle down and look at them. I went too far. All right, here we go. Giants at 10-4. Dallas 2 games back at 8-6. All the Giants have to do is win today, and they are NFC East champions. On 1st and 10, they hand off to Marcus Lattimore out to the 28-yard line, a gain of 3. Lattimore, the 3rd-year back out of Tulsa, and Nolan Mixon, the linebacker, on the tackle for the Giants. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Giants trying to win the NFC East for the 2nd consecutive season. 2nd and 7 from the 28. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore bouncing his way down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. $7:14 and counting. Opening drive. 3rd and 1 from the 35-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. In motion is Ferguson. Powell's going to take it himself, and he doesn't get there. On the tackle, the linebacker, Isaiah Vaughn, in his 6th year out of Georgia Southern, makes the hit. It'll be 4th down. No gain for Caden Powell on the quarterback keeper. It's a 3-and-out for the Eagles. They'll punt. Andrew York will come on, the 6th-year punter out of Richmond. New England fan actually checked in last night briefly. He was at work, he said. From the 23-yard line on the return. Bringing it back, number 86 for the Giants. That's Lawrence Vickers. And now the starting quarterback, William Rogers, the 7th-year quarterback out of South Carolina. So the Eagles go 3 and out on their opening drive, and now the Giants would take over at their own 26. Grando didn't check in, but he did text me saying that he's working later hours these days. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. In motion is Weavers. Rodgers fakes the handoff. Throws downfield. Caught by Patrick Collins out to the 49. A gain of 23 for Patrick Collins, the 12th-year receiver out of Georgia. First down, Giants. It's just a front. He's scared of the greatest of all time. From the Philadelphia 49-yard line, Rodgers in the shotgun, 1st and 10. A swing pass to Collins, and Collins picks up 7 out to the 42. It'll be 2nd and 3. .546 and counting here in the first quarter. No score. Giants on the move. Philadelphia went 3 and out. This is the Giants' opening drive. Rodgers in the shotgun on 2nd down. Rodgers fakes the handoff. Rodgers looking. Throws down the sideline. Caught on the sideline. All the way down to the 12-yard line. Lawrence Vickers. A 30-yard gain for Vickers, the 3rd-year receiver out of VMI. 1st and 10 Giants at the Philadelphia 12. Nice footwork by Lawrence Vickers. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Giants come out 3 to the near side. Rodgers in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Rodgers going to take it himself. And Rodgers in for the touchdown. A rare quarterback scramble by William Rodgers. It's a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Giants score on their opening possession. Taking one for the team, diving in there. And the Giants take a 6-0 lead. Giants wrap up the NFC East with a win today. And now Zach Whitney will come on for the extra point. Whitney for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. Giants lead at 7-0. A 4-play, 73-yard drive didn't take long. This is the first of the late afternoon games here in Week 15. The only one on the East Coast. We'll head out to Denver after this one. It'll be the Chargers and the Broncos. That one also has playoff implications. We'll go over that more in detail when we get there. Zach Whitney will kick off. From the 5-yard line on the return, number 81, Tommy Stewart. Actually, it's number 83, I'm sorry. Dean McKenzie, the rookie out of Oklahoma, out to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Down 7-0. They'll start their own 28. 5:16 left to play here in the first quarter. I love those Eagle uniforms. They just look great. The Giants look good too. They're old school uniforms. I like those too. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. Lattimore is going to lose a yard back to the 27-yard line. Nolan Mixon, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11. The second meeting of the season. I'll go back and find out who won the first meeting. It was way back in Week 1. The Giants edged out a 14-13 win back in Week 1 at MetLife Stadium. On 2nd and 11. Powell looking. Powell throws. Caught. Stackhouse out to the 49-yard line. Jason Stackhouse. 25 yards to the Giant 49-yard line. The 5th-year receiver out of Colgate. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore, and Lattimore out to the 43, gain of 6. I always strive for realism with my sim seasons, right on down to the schedule, and I'll explain in a second what I mean. I'm about to explain something that Evil Dead, as a native of New York, knows all too well. 2nd and 3 from the 43-yard line, Powell in the shotgun. Stackhouse in motion. Stackhouse or Powell looking. Powell throws deep. Caught. Touchdown. James Simmons. Jarvis Simmons, I'm sorry. 43-yard touchdown catch. The 8th-year receiver out of Chattanooga. And the Eagles strike back and get a touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from tying this up. I'll explain what I was talking about here in a second. Let's get through the extra point. Andy Bennett will come on. And the Eagles strike quickly to tie this game back up. Love those Eagle uniforms. And now Bennett for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. We're tied at 7. All right. The real NFL, they try not to schedule the Jets and the Giants both playing at the same time. If the Jets are playing at 1, the Giants play at 4. Or if the Giants play at 1, the Jets play at 4. Now, if one of them plays Sunday night or Monday night, it doesn't matter. But you'll hardly ever see a Jet and Giant game going on at the same time. They do that so they don't compete against each other in the New York market for all the advertising dollars at the same time. Very rare. Evil Dead knows that to be true. There's the kickoff from the 3-yard line. Bringing it back. That's Vickers out to the 26-yard line. Misty has joined us. She's over at the neighbor's house. I try to do the same thing here at Jammin' Sports. If the Jets play the early game, the Giants play the late game. The Jets play the early game against the Bucks. So the Giants are playing Philadelphia in a late afternoon slot. That's why it's dark already. In December, the sun goes down around 4:30, so it's dark already. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun. Collins in motion. It's dark there too, yes. You're right up the street. Yes, it's dark here too. Leon Robertson makes the catch out to the 39-yard line. 13 yards and a first down for the Giants. It's little things like that I try to put into my schedule for added realism. 1st and 10, 4 wide. Rodgers under center. All the West Coast teams play the late games if they're at home. Eric Johnson on the carry. Good for 6 yards out to the 44-yard line. It's interesting here too. Giants and Eagles tied at 7. 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead, even Misty has chimed in. Rodgers in the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Rodgers hands off to Johnson. He gets hit in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Giants. She's up at the neighbor's house visiting. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Just right up the street. 3rd and 5 for the Giants at their own 43-yard line. 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. Yeah, you're in New York. Rodgers draws back. Looking, throws, and he overthrows the receiver. Incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Keith Washington. It'll bring up 4th and 5. And the Giants will have to punt. We're tied at 7 with 2:21 left to play here in the first quarter. Back to punt, Tanner Pearson in his 4th year out of SMU. Gets the punt away. From about the 13-yard line on the return is Don Reese out to the 16-yard line. And that's where Philadelphia will take over. 2:13 left in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Giants and the Eagles. Next week, Philadelphia will host the Bengals to wrap up the regular season. And the Giants will host Minnesota next week. If Philadelphia loses this game, they are eliminated from the playoffs. The Giants, if they win, they wrap up the NFC East. Powell on first down gets it outside to Tommy Stewart. Good for a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 17-yard line. 2 minutes left. Gracie's watching K-pop. What do you think she's doing? Powell in the shotgun on 2nd and 9. She got to keep up with her K-pop. Powell throws outside. Making the catch is Dylan Rome, the rookie tight end out of Tennessee. Good for 8 yards out to the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. She finished the dishes already. She finished those about 10 minutes ago. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles now. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Lattimore. Lattimore gets nailed for a 2-yard loss back to the 22-yard line. Injury timeout. That's going to bring up 4th and 4 for Philadelphia. And they're going to be forced to punt. Andrew York back to punt. As York gets the punt away. Nice punt. From the 31-yard line, they fair catch it. On the fair catch, number 80, that's Sam Norton. Gracie is secretly watching the Jets' last Super Bowl win, which was way back in January of '69. That's a long time ago. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Giants. We're tied at 7. 1:23 left to play here in the first quarter. 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers drops back. Throws down the middle. Caught by Keith Washington. As Washington gets out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 9 will be 2nd in inches. Davis he's got a new job. And he's working at nights. He checked in during his break last night, but he said he's working nights now. 4 wide, 2nd in inches from the 41-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun, less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Rodgers throws, incomplete. Tried to get it out to Leon Robertson, incomplete. I knew that was coming. It'll be 3rd in inches from the 41-yard line. Don't make Evil Dead mad there, Misty. 3rd in inches from the 41 in the I formation. Rodgers fakes the handoff, throws, dumps it off. Oh, it's dropped. Eric Johnson dropped it. The 7th-year back out of Duke. It'll be 4th in inches. Let's see if the Giants go for it. No, they're going to punt. Tanner Pearson back to punt on 4th down. Pearson gets the punt away. It'll be fielded at about the 15-yard line by Don Reese. Brings it out to the 19. Philadelphia will take over with 41 seconds left in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. We have the Chargers and the Broncos up next. We'll be in Denver for that one. If the Chargers win, well, let me make sure I get this right. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Powell looking. Throws down the middle. Caught by Stackhouse out to the 25, a gain of 5. I need to go back and look at something. When did Denver play the Chargers? That was a Thursday night game. It was a lot longer ago than I thought. 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Powell going to take it himself. Powell gets the first down out to the 37-yard line. And that will do it for the first quarter. Giants Eagles tied at 7 here at Javits Sports. Welcome back to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We go to the second quarter. Giants and Eagles tied at 7. First and 10 for the Eagles. At their own 37, Powell throws outside, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That might have been a Monday night game. I'll find it. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Philadelphia at their own 37-yard line. We're tied at 7. Powell looking. In trouble. He gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. Okay, I just verified something. If the Chargers win the next game, they will clinch an AFC wildcard spot. 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line. If the Broncos win, they get one step closer. 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun. 3rd and 10. Rodgers back. Rodgers looking. Throws downfield. Incomplete. As they bounce around. He was looking for Tommy Stewart, the tight end. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Misty's on her way home. She'll be here in about 5 minutes. It's right up the street. 4th and 10. Andrew York back to punt. York gets the punt away. I think she's walking. From the 13-yard line on the return. Number 88. That's Mark Manning. That was James Childs, the rookie out of Texas A&M on the return. 1st and 10, 16-yard line for the Giants. We're tied at 7. 7:39 left to play. We're in the second quarter. Got a good crowd here on this Thursday for our second game. Triple header tonight. 1st and 10. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers back. Rolls out. Rodgers is going to take off. And he slides at the 21-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. 7:25 and counting here in the first half. Giants Eagles tied at 7. The Texans beat the Chiefs 24-21, the game right before this. That's in the video section. It's also on YouTube if you want to check it out. On 2nd and 5 in the I formation, they hand off to Eric Johnson, gets the first down. A 7-yard gain out to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, G-Man. We'll have the Chargers and the Broncos. After this, we'll be in Denver for that one. On 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line, Rodgers under center. Rodgers hands off to Johnson up the middle. And Eric Johnson out to the 34-yard line. A gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. Giants wrap up the NFC East title with a win today. It would also eliminate Philadelphia. 4 wide. Rodgers in the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Rodgers hands off to Eric Johnson. Turns inside. And Johnson picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 37-yard line. Coming up on 6 minutes left to play here in the first half. Rodgers in the shotgun, 3rd and 1. Takes it himself, a quarterback keeper. 5-yard gain to the 42-yard line. First down, G-Man. The 7th-year quarterback out of South Carolina, William Rodgers. 1st and 10 for the Giants at their own 42-yard line. We're tied at 7. Everybody in tight. Rodgers under center. Rodgers to Johnson around the outside. And Eric Johnson picks up 2. Out to the 44-yard line and bring up 2nd and 8. .5:12 and counting. 4 wide for the Giants on 2nd down. Rodgers in the shotgun. Hands off to Eric Johnson around the outside. And Johnson will pick up a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. 4:45 and counting here in the first half. Giants come out 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Rogers in the shotgun on third down. Rogers looking. Throws, dumps it off. It's dropped. Eric Johnson, that's his second pass he's dropped. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Giants. They'll have to punt. 4:31 left in the half. The Giants are letting the Eagles hang around, and that's never a good sign. Misty's back. Tanner Pearson back to punt. Pearson gets the punt away. He'll be fielded at the 12-yard line and brought back by Don Reese out to the 20-yard line. And that's where Philadelphia will have it, 1st and 10. 4:24 left to play here in the second quarter. Misty's back. You can hear her in the background. You didn't hitch a ride? It's just, what, 4 or 5 houses up? I mean, how far is that? You drove? You drove. Oh, jeez. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell drops back, throws underneath, and it's caught out to the 25. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Thank God she's home. I was concerned. I know, she's so far away. Coming up on 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. 4 wide for the Eagles. Powell in the shotgun on 2nd and 5. Powell hands off to Lattimore, and Lattimore plows forward out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 and a Philadelphia first down. The third year back out of Tulsa, Marcus Lattimore. Sam Tarver on the tackle, the safety, in his 8th year out of Arkansas. 3:40 and counting. 4 wide for Philadelphia. Powell in the shotgun, 1st and 10. In motion is Lattimore. Powell looking. Powell throws outside, incomplete. He was trying to hit John Provost, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Davis is with us. Welcome in, Davis. Misty says hi. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. In the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Powell throws downfield, and Provost can't hold on. Incomplete. He dropped it. It'll be 3rd and 10. Misty says hi, Davis. You saw the reviews? I haven't seen a negative one yet. 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Looking. Throws, dumps it off to Lattimore. He can't hold on. Incomplete. It'll be 4th and 10. Davis, Misty is still waiting for a hello. She's getting upset. It'll be 4th and 10. CGM's in the house. Misty says hi. Andrew York gets the punt away. And fair caught at the 18-yard line. CGM, our good friend from D.C. All right, CGM, how did you make somebody mad today? Giants will take over at their own 18-yard line. 3:11 left to play. There you go, see? He says, hey, girl. 1st and 10 for the Giants at the 18-yard line. We're tied at 7. 3 receivers to the far side. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers throws outside, caught, making the catch. Chris Weaver's out to the 20-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Misty's watching me on her phone, even though she's standing right here in front of the TV. 2nd and 8 from the 20-yard line. 4 wide. Rogers under center. Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson up the middle. Johnson picks up 3 to the 23-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. Clayton Jackson on the tackle. Now that's funny, CGM.
I can't see.
What do you mean you can't see? Rogers throws it out to Collins, out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, and that'll be a first down for the Giants. It's on a 10-second delay, Misty. That's why. Oh, I don't know. And we're going down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Live from Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. Misty's I got 2 laptops, the TV, all the game on it, and she's on her phone watching the game. 1st and 10. They hand off to Eric Johnson up the middle. And Johnson 10 yards out to the 38-yard line. First down, G-Men. Giants trying to take the lead before halftime. They can't mandate you drive an EV. You see that ship off the coast of Alaska burning up, full of EVs? They're not trustworthy. They get down to Patrick Collins, down to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 22 yards to Collins. First down, Giants. It's in the news. There's a ship burning off the coast of Alaska full of electric cars. The battery of one caught fire or something, and the whole ship is burning up. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 5 receivers wide. Rogers in the shotgun, empty backfield. Rogers looking, takes off, and Rogers down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Misty says she has a Mustang. I don't know where that is. 2nd and 4 from the 35-yard line. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. 4 wide for the Giants. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Rogers throws deep. And caught by Chris Weavers down to the 19-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16 yards and a Giant first down. Chris Weavers, the former Giant, or former Bear, in his 6th year out of Florida. Down to 47 seconds left. Giants now at the Eagle 19-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Throws. Dumps it off. Weavers inside the 10. Down to the 9. A gain of 10. 1st and goal, Giants. And they take a timeout with 26 seconds left to play here in the first half. You know what Fiat stands for, right? Fix it again, Tony. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Rogers under center. Rogers looking. Rogers rolls out. And Rogers gets taken down to the 7, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and goal. And the Giants take a timeout with 20 seconds left. They have 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Giants trying to take the lead before halftime. Good to have CGM here. Still in a beaver. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line. Rogers looking, throws underneath. Caught by Keith Washington down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4. Giants take their final timeout with 17 seconds left in the half. We're tied at 7. Giants can wrap up the NFC East Division title with a win today. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Misty's back. 3 receivers to the far side. Rogers under center on 3rd down. Rogers looks to the end zone. He got hit and fumbled. A lineman picked it up. But we're inside the 2 minutes. A lineman can't advance it. And they're just going to let the clock run out. They're out of timeouts. We go to halftime. Cue music. Giants 7, Eagles 7 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. We go to the second half. Giants 7, Eagles 7. The Giants can wrap up the division title with a win. The NFC East, they'll get the ball first to start the second half. From the 5-yard line on the return, this looks to be trying to pick up the number 27. That's Jay Molson, the third-year back out of Howard on the return, out to the 27-yard line. Eagles and Giants always play tough. They played back in Week 1 at the Meadowlands, and the Giants won that game 14-13. It was a tight game. I remember that. All the way back on the opening week of the season. 1st and 10 for the Giants now. They come out in the I. Powell under center. They hand off to Eric Johnson up the middle. And Johnson picks up 6 to the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. We have the Chargers and the Broncos up next. Second and 4 for the Giants. They come out in the I. Powell under center. Powell to Eric Johnson. And Johnson makes his way out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 11. First down, G-Men. Eli Hicks came up and made the tackle for Philadelphia, the 10th-year defensive back out of Michigan. William Rogers, the quarterback for the Giants in the I formation on 1st and 10. Rogers hands off. Johnson across midfield picks up 7 to the Eagle 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3. Evil Dead's got the Giants in this one. Evil Dead is 38 games over 500. Trying to get to 40 tonight if he can get this game and the next game right. On 2nd and 3 from the 49 in the I formation. Rogers looking. Throws. Caught underneath by Eric Johnson out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 7. Another Giant first down. Nice drive by New York to start the second half. 5 wide. Rogers in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Rogers looking. Throws. And threw it behind his receiver. He was looking for Lawrence Vickers. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 6:10 remaining here in the third. Giants come out. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Throws underneath. Caught by Keith Washington. He battles his way down to the 31-yard line. A gain of 11. And that'll be another Giant first down. The 4th-year tight end out of Michigan. Keith Washington. First down. G-Man. Giants come out 5 wide. Empty backfield. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Throws outside. Caught by Vickers. Down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Boy, the Giants are just methodically moving it down the field here. 2nd and 2 from the Philadelphia 23-yard line. On 2nd down, Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers hands off to Eric Johnson. And Johnson gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. On the tackle there, number 56, Adrian Bledsoe, the linebacker, in his 10th year out of Texas. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Giants at the Philadelphia 23-yard line. Under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. We're tied at 7. Rogers in the gun. Rogers hands off to Johnson, and he gets the first down. A gain of 4 down to the 19-yard line. The 7th-year running back out of Duke, Eric Johnson. First down, G-Man at the 19-yard line. Giants come out in the I. Rogers under center. They pitch to Johnson, and he gets hit and brought down for a 3-yard loss. That didn't fool Philadelphia. Dwayne Edwards came over and made the tackle, the third-year defensive end out of Auburn. It'll bring up 2nd and 13 back at the 22-yard line. Rogers in the shotgun on 2nd and 13. Johnson in motion. Rogers back. Throws to Johnson in the flat. Makes his way down to the 17, a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Giants. It's a big third down right here at the Philadelphia 17-yard line. Giants come out, 3 receivers to the near side. Rogers in the shotgun. Rogers looking. Throws outside. Caught by Collins. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 17-yard line. No gain. It'll be 4th down. Eagles defense holds, and the Giants will kick a field goal. Zach Whitney will come on. This will be a 34-yard field goal attempt by Whitney in his 9th year at Louisiana Tech. .34-yard kick is up and good. Giants lead at 10-7. They eat up a lot of time here in the third quarter and get a field goal. 3:17 left to play here in the third, here at Lincoln Financial Field, Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports in Philadelphia. The city's so nice, they booed Santa Claus. That was a December 1969 home game at Franklin Field. There's the kick from the 6-yard line. On the return, Don Reese brings it out to the 28-yard line for Philadelphia. 1st and 10 from the 28. Caden Powell comes back out. 6th-year quarterback out of Kentucky. Giants with a 3-point lead. Let's see what Philadelphia can do. First and 10 from the 28. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2. 3 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Giants up 10-7. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun on 2nd down. Powell to Lattimore. No, he takes it himself. And Caden Powell out to the 42. A gain of 5 in a Philadelphia first down. First and 10 Eagles at their own 42-yard line. Four receivers set wide. Powell in the shotgun, 1st and 10. They pitch it on the end around to Stackhouse. Jason Stackhouse picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line. Coming up on 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. 4 wide for Philadelphia, but they're in tight. Powell in the shotgun on 2nd and 9. Powell draws back, throws downfield, caught. On the catch, number 89, Jarvis Simmons, out to the 33-yard line. 24 yards to Jarvis Simmons, the former Viking. First down, Philadelphia. Down to the 33-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. 1:45 and counting. Philadelphia can take the lead with a touchdown. .135 and counting. 3 receivers to the near side. Powell in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Provost in motion. Powell looking. Powell steps up, throws outside, incomplete. He got pressured and short hopped it. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. .123 left to play in the third quarter. 5 wide, empty backfield. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back, Powell looking, throws outside, and that's caught. Making the catch out of the backfield. What was the number of that one? Oh, it's Tommy Stewart, number 81, I'm sorry. The tight end in his 6th year out of Vanderbilt, down to the 23-yard line. I couldn't see his number at first. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1 at the Giant 23. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore, picks up the first down. A gain of 4 to the 19-yard line. Nice drive by Philadelphia. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Giant 19. Down to 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 4 wide, but in tight. Powell in the shotgun. Lattimore goes out as a receiver. Empty backfield now. Powell back. Throws to Lattimore. Breaks a tackle, gets the outside, and down to the 10. A gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and inches. At the Giant 10. This might be the last play of the quarter. We're down to 20 seconds. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. From the 10-yard line. Powell hands off to Lattimore. Down to the 6. A gain of 4 yards. 1st and goal, Eagles. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Giants lead at 10-7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Lincoln Financial Field. We go to the 4th quarter. 1st and goal, Eagles at the Giants' 6-yard line. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up a yard to the 5 before being taken down by Nolan Mixon, the linebacker. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Philadelphia trying to take the lead for the first time if they can. Actually, they led it 7-0 earlier. I forgot about that. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. 4 wide. Powell back. Powell looking. Throws underneath. Is he in for the touchdown? No. Tommy Stewart down to the 1-yard line. The tight end, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Huge 3rd down right here. Powell in the shotgun on 3rd and goal. Single back. Hand off to Lattimore. Easy touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Marcus Lattimore. And the Eagles take the lead for the first time, or for the first time since they're up 7-0, by a score of 13-10, and they'll kick the extra point. Andrew York will come on. Still plenty of time for the Giants. York for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and it is good. Eagles lead at 14-10. 7:09 left to play here in the 4th quarter. Plenty of time for the Giants. They're down by 4, though. They need a touchdown. Giants will host Minnesota next week. Philadelphia will host Cincinnati next week to wrap up the regular season. They're singing Fly, Eagles Fly in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. It's a nice touch. I like that. Eagles up 14-10. Whitney will kick off. This will be fielded at the 2-yard line. Bringing it back for the Giants, Jay Molson. And Molson out to the 24-yard line. Giants will take over 1st and 10. 7:04 left to play. Giants down by 4. If the Giants come back and win, they wrap up the NFC East title. If the Giants were to lose, they would still win the NFC East if Dallas loses to Minnesota later this week. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun. Hands off to Eric Johnson. Big gain by Johnson. 10 yards out to the 34-yard line and a Giant first down. 7:50 and counting, or 6:50. First and 10 for the Giants at their own 34. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers throws quickly, caught out of the backfield, out to the 45-yard line. On the catch, Sam Norton, the tight end, good for 11. Out to the Giant 45-yard line. First down, Giants. 6:22 and counting. 4 wide for the Giants. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers back. Throws near side. Caught on the sideline. Good for 7 yards out to the 48-yard line. Trying to see who made that catch. It was made by Lawrence Vickers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 48-yard line. They're in Philadelphia territory. In the I formation. Rodgers, play action. Rodgers looking. He'll step up and take off. Gets the first down. A 5-yard gain out to the 43-yard line. First and 10, G-Men. At the Eagle 43. 5.5 minutes left. Chargers Broncos up next. We'll be in Denver for that one. 4 wide for the Giants. Rodgers in the shotgun. First and 10. Rodgers to Johnson up the middle. Eric Johnson, big gain. Johnson all the way down to the 11-yard line. A gain of 32 yards for Eric Johnson. First down, Giants. Just right up the gut. 32 yards. I thought he was going to score there for a moment. Down to 5 minutes left. First and 10 from the Eagle 11. Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers back. Throws down the middle. Caught by Keith Washington. Circles around. Gets down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. 4:37 and counting. Giants can get a first down at about the 1-yard line. Five wide, empty backfield. Rodgers in the shotgun on second down. Rodgers back. We got hit as he threw. They brought the blitz. Eli Hicks around the outside. Applied the pressure. I'm already thinking about getting it, Davis. I like what I've seen so far. 3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line. In the I formation, a big third down. Giants need a touchdown. Rodgers looking. Oh, it's a blitz. And they get him. Back at the 10-yard line. Devontae Ross on the blitz for Philadelphia. The 9th-year linebacker out of North Carolina State. It'll be 4th and 9. Let's see if the Giants go for it. Huddy's watching me over here. 4th and 9 from the 10-yard line. They're going to go for the field goal. Whitney from 27 yards out to make it a 1-point game. Kick is up, and it's good. And Philadelphia leads it 14-13 on the Giants. Giants took the points. 3:54 remaining. When they played back in week 1 at MetLife Stadium, the Giants won 14-13. Well, the Eagles are up 14-13 here in Philadelphia. 3:54 left. Giants are hoping their defense can get a stop. Whitney will kick off. From the 2-yard line, make it the 3. On the return. Nice return by Dean McKenzie out to the 32-yard line. And that's where Philadelphia will have it, 1st and 10. 3:49 left to play. Philadelphia leads by 1. Philadelphia trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. And I do mean slim. Mathematically, they're still in it. A lot would have to happen, though. On 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line, 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Throws underneath. Caught by John Provost. Out to the 45, a gain of 13 First down, Philadelphia. Now the Eagles can eat up more time. Chris Chapman on the tackle, the 8th-year defensive back out of Virginia Tech. Huddy's in the house. Huddy from Tampa, or just north of. First and 10 from the 45. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. How are things in Florida there, Huddy? Hope you're doing okay. Second and 6 from the 49-yard line. Under 3 minutes left. Powell in the shotgun. Taking their time, eating up the clock. Lattimore in motion. Powell drops back. Powell looking, throws near side. Caught on the sideline by Terrence Ferguson. A gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 46 of the Giants. Big third down coming up right here. 2:35 left to play. Eagles up by 1. Powell in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. 3rd and 1 from the Giant 46-yard line. Stewart in motion. Powell going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper gets the first down out to the 37-yard line. A gain of 9. First down, Eagles. They keep the drive alive. Eagles trying to get the upset. We have the Chargers and the Broncos coming up after this. Let's see if they take it down to the 2-minute warning. They do. 2 minutes left to play here from Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Week 15 here at Jammin' Sports. Giants trying to get a stop. They can clinch the division with a win. Powell to Lattimore on 1st and 10. And Lattimore picks up 2 to the 35. Julius Sanders, the linebacker on the tackle, will be 2nd and 8. If the Giants lose, they have to hope the Cowboys lose to the Vikings later. If that were to happen, then the Giants would still win the division. The Giants took a timeout with 1:57 left. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 8 from the 35. Powell under center. Everybody in tight. Powell to Lattimore around the outside. And Lattimore across the 30 down to the 28. A gain of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Giants take a timeout with 1:52 left. If they can hold Philadelphia to a field goal, it'll keep it a 1-possession game. 3rd and 1 from the Giant 28. Another big third down right here. Powell in the shotgun. He's got Ferguson in motion. Powell to Lattimore. No, he takes it himself again. And again he picks up the first down. He faked me out. A gain of 8 down to the 20-yard line. Another Philadelphia first down. The Giants take their final timeout. And now Philadelphia might be able to run out the clock. And the Giants are going to have to wait till later to clinch the division. Philadelphia is going to get the upset and keep their playoff hopes alive. In the victory formation, Powell takes a knee. Giants are out of timeouts. Well, the Giants won 14-13 earlier, and now Philadelphia is going to win 14-13. Unless they kick a field goal. Now they're going to run a play. 4 receivers set wide. Powell to Lattimore around the outside. And Lattimore down to the 17, a gain of 3. They're going to have to snap it one more time. The Giants are going to fall to 10-5. And Philadelphia is going to go to 7-8. Philadelphia stays alive in the playoff picture, at least for the moment. This should be the final snap of the game. In the victory formation, Powell takes a knee, and that'll do it. Eagles score the upset. Let's see if they kick a field goal here. Piling on, they say, you know what they say? This will be Andy Bennett if they do kick it. They do. He gets the kick up, and it's good. At the end of the game. Your final score, Philadelphia 17, the Giants 13. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Chargers Broncos up next. We'll see you then.